Good morning, students. Well, in continuation with the chapter Gender, Religion, Caste, where in my previous session I've explained you that how gender division prevails in a society where there's a discrimination between men and women, and how the women's they had to fight for their recognition within the society. So today let's discuss the women's political representation, which means that let's see how women are able to represent themselves into a political world. Well, children, the issues which have been related to women or women well-being are not at all given an adequate attention in our country, due to which there were a number of the feminist and women movements. Now, the conclusion to these movements is that until the women are able to control power, their problems will not get solved. So there is a way to ensure that more women, or let's say the women's, will be able to get their representation is only if they are being elected as a representative. That means only if they are able to recognize themselves into a political world. And how this could be done? Well, children, in India, the proportion of women in legislature has been very low. Let me give an example. The percentage of elected women in Lok Sabha has crossed 10% for the first time in the year 2009. And their share in state assembly, you won't believe, is less than 5%. This shows that India is among the bottom group of nations in the world if we compare it with the representation of women in the political world with the other countries. So children, in our country, the cabinets are largely a male dominating, even if a woman becomes a chief minister or the prime minister. So there could be one way to solve this problem is to make it legally compulsory, legally binding to have a fair proportion of women in the elected bodies. And this is what has been done in Panchayati Raj in India. Around 1/3 of seats of local bodies in panchayat and municipalities are now reserved for women. And today, there are more than 10 lakh elected women representatives in rural and urban local bodies. Children, similarly, the women organization, they demanded a reservation of at least 1/3 of seats in Lok Sabha and state assemblies. But you won't believe that till today, a bill with this proposal has been pending before the parliament for more than a decade. But there is no concern shown regarding this bill. This bill has not been passed yet. The reason? Because this gender division exists in the political world also. This gender division is an example that some form of social division needs to be somewhere. It is expressed in the politics. And children, question doesn't end over here. You will not believe that this social division is not only a gender-based division, but this social division is also based on religious differences. When I'm talking about these religious differences, then I mean to say that the differences which have been based on the religion, you'll find that number of the people, they are following the same religion, but the way and the method of following the religion may differ, and which creates a religious differences. Children, unlike gender differences, the religious differences are often expressed in the field of politics. That means even in politics you can find this religious differences. Like Gandhiji, he used to say that religion cannot be separated from politics. Now, by this he meant to say that whether it is in Hinduism or Islam or Christian, whichever religion, every religion gives the same moral values. The moral values are same which has been given by all the religions. So he believed that politics must be guided by ethics drawn from the religion. Then if we talk about the human rights group in our country, then these human rights group in our country have argued that most of the victims of communal rights in our country are the people who are from the religious minorities, as they are the people, children, who have demanded the government to take some special steps related to their religious minorities. At the same time, children, even if we talk about the women's movement, these women movement, they have argued that the family laws of all religion discriminate against women. That means no matter a woman belongs to which religion, but in every religion, under the family laws, the women is being discriminated. So the women, they demanded that government should change these laws to make them more equitable, means they should get an equal rights no matter they follow which religion. So children, all these instances, they involve or they show a relationship between a religion and politics. That means under politics, the people, they should be able to express their needs, interests and demands. And the people who hold the political power, they should sometimes be able to regulate the practice of religion so as to prevent this discrimination which exists on the basis of gender, or discrimination which exists on the basis of religion. So let's say these political acts are not at all wrong, children, as long as they treat every religion equally. That means that politics should not be divided on the basis of the religion.